Hey YouTube, I wanted to do a brief. I was just thinking about a YouTube video I did earlier today about the introduction of synthetic telepathy technology into my life, and I was thinking about the experience I had when some important information occurred to me, and I was asked to follow up because I was having some difficulty sleeping. Might as well do something productive if I'm having difficulty sleeping, because synthetic telepathy technology can be used to keep a person awake, even if they don't want to be awake. And I sense spirit is here with me. I'm sensing spirit around me. No spirit's acting on me, and spirit really helped me feel like I don't have a bunch of crappy government overlords who I have to do this or that at the behest of. There's not here's a bunch of crappy government overlords. Was kind of the original reality I was given in synthetic levities. This person's the government overlord, and that person's the government overlord, and it was just not an okay reality. And what happened was I was told when I received synthetic levity, this is classified, you may not talk about it. It's not allowed to talk about. It might be a violation of the Official Secrets Act, what I did in some minds, in talking about the deployment of the synthetic telepathy technology on me. And all I would do if somebody wanted to prosecute me under the provisions of the Official Secrets Act, which I don't know how they would do because I never signed an agreement with the NSA that I recall, I never signed an agreement with the Central Intelligence Agency that I recall, or these other government agencies that use this device. I don't remember signing an agreement with them. The reality I was given, I was like, I have this horrible government overlord who's like a slave master, is I had a moral imperative to speak out. I didn't feel I would have decent moral reasoning. People will be sure it's very, very, very not good karma what happened. Not good karma what happened. Not good karma, because the introduction I had to the technology was inappropriate, as I described in a previous video. And what I was told was, somebody was just say something like, Bryant, how dare you? You reveal classified information, and by talking about the introduction of the synthetic telepathy implant in your life. And I kind of have, well, how dare you try to hide slavery using psychotronics technology, slavery using synthetic telepathy technology. How dare you try to hide it behind a veil of official secrecy? And that's my synopsis of what's happening here in the USA with many people in synthetic telepathy technology who are just citizens and the public minding their own business. I was occasionally going out there presenting an image online that one of my professors wouldn't like. And so I was told that was the excuse about why I received synthetic telepathy, though maybe we can talk about that more later. So I just want to do this addendum. I understand myself in the context of a telepath. I know other telepaths are aware of me right now. I understood myself in that context before the introduction of the technology, so I'm going... Other telepaths think I have anything to add? So it was an unethical introduction. I'm going a mile a minute here because the topic of slavery is enough to make any otherwise rational person feel somewhat irrational. I think that's really bad karma. Like my other spirit guide was helping me say, really bad karma. And just because continuity of government programs decided the national debt or the national deficit's insane, or the student debt's insane. I know somebody who had like $200,000 of debt for an art degree, and I don't think, and I have closer to a quarter that. So I don't know how people would get like $200,000 of student debt for an art degree, and I don't think your student debt can put you in like preemptive debtor's prison where you have to work for government programs for free because I don't want to say you can't make a business out of that, but there's some of these really interesting government programs where it's like you can't make a business out of that because that's going to destroy an existing industry with how advanced some of these technologies that are gained through the technology transfer programs with extraterrestrials are. So to those who would have asked me to do the dutiful citizen thing and just go, okie dokie, I have so many slave masters now, thank you for giving me so many slave masters, or at the very best crappy task. And there's also been like a crappy taskmaster and 2 slave master. For those who would have asked me to hide behind the veil or hiding behind the veil of official secrecy, You're destroying any goodness that was left in this country by trying to implement slavery through stealth using psychotronics technology. And how dare you? How dare you destroy any goodness that's left in the United States of America through stealth, through the application of this technology? You know, Grace told me they could only control it so much. I think there's in some online circles it's referred to as a breakaway civilization. And what the Zeta Reticulans, being commonly called Grace, described to me, told me in a telepathic contact. One or more of them told me in a telepathic contact was that there's actually different breakaway groups. It's not as simple as there's like one breakaway society working with them. That's so advanced they might have technology that appears like magic to people, like synthetic telepathy technology. Might seem like a strange kind of magic to a person from, I want to say, the 20s. Don't know when this book I have about telepathy is from. It's from after the 20s for sure. So I gotta compose myself because I'm thinking of the topic of slavery, which is enough. Again, to make otherwise rational people feel just a tad bit irrational, just a tad bit. It's like, oh, I thought I saw what I call that damn poltergeist, because it's more than a poltergeist again. I think there it goes. There it goes. Oh. Oh dear, that's more of a paranormal phenomenon than a poltergeist. I'm worried somebody with like a mechanistic scientific world, or here we go with presently understood human science where they don't want to say an agnostic worldview is going to try to understand it and look what the extraterrestrials are doing, and I'm pretty sure that's just a paranormal phenomenon they're having like an moment about. And so how I found a synthetic telepathy implant was I went to a state school. Went to a state school here in the United States of America. And apparently people who go to state schools are at a much higher risk of having the kind of synthetic telepathy experience I did, which was very unfortunate for my life, which set me back years of my life, which prevented me from finding employment that I wanted to find when I graduated. If I couldn't continue going to university, I was gonna happily keep going to university and take out more debt until I figured out what to do. I was gonna just take out student debt, just go to class, go like, look, maybe I have some unorthodox political views or something. Maybe I'm talking about mutual aid philosophy in class. Maybe the state has to fund that. Maybe the state has to fund that because, or I guess the banks aren't the state. Here we go. The state to regulate the state regulates the banks, and I'm just going. You know what? I don't want to go completely unhinged, but the topic of slavery can make a person be going completely unhinged. Just like, oh well, you are doing slavery using some of the most advanced technology here on Earth, aren't you? Well, you know, I almost want to try like a ring bring. Hey, are you there, Groom Lake non-human personnel? I talked about in another previous video. You know, could you go relate to the slave master for me? Because I understand that there's. I'm sorry about the numbers I was quoted and what I'm thinking about. So maybe I should wrap it up there, where I just have like a how dare you try to hide slavery behind the veil of the Official Secrets Act? How dare you? How dare you tell people it's officially secret that their slavery is being implemented with synthetic telepathy technology? How dare you, whoever did that? How dare you? How dare you, you scum? Peace out, YouTube. Peace out.